Assalamualaikum, my name is Muhammad Munahzik, and today we will solve one question from problem-based test. And before that, I will introduce the other member from this group. We have Adam Zikri, Arazmi, and myself, Amirul. Okay, let's move on to the question. In here, we need to prepare the proposal report to develop a system to calculate the current price of good and service. Here, it already give you the taxes for SP. Taxes for SP is 6%, while Z is 0% taxes. Okay. Now we specific the problem. The problem is the objective of this proposal to develop the system that automatic to calculate the price for the good and service following implement of government 6% government service tax. Now, Adam will continue with the IPO chart.
Sekarang saya akan explain tentang IPO chart. Input IPO chart. First, price of item. Second, label of item. Third, item code. Problem dia pula, calculate previous tax based on label. Kalau label input kita sama dengan Z, previous tax dia akan sama dengan 0% daripada price item ni. If label this X pula, previous tax dia akan sama dengan 5% daripada price of item. If label dia P pula, tax dia akan sama dengan 10% of price of item. Next, kita akan kira price with tax sama dengan dalam kurungan price darab tax dan tax daripada ni tambah dengan price. Now kita akan kira price including GST sama dengan dalam kurungan price darab GST rate iaitu 6%. Dan terakhir sekali price difference iaitu price with GST tolak dengan price with tax. Output yang kita akan dapat ialah item code, label item, price after 6% GST, price after tax dan price difference antara GST dan price with tax. Sekarang saya akan explain tentang algorithm pula. First, step 1 kita akan start dan set counter to 0 dan set counter sama dengan counter plus 1. Step 2, kita akan inputkan item code, item label dan price of item. Step 3, if label sama dengan Z, tax dia akan sama dengan 0% of price. Kalau label dia sama dengan X, tax dia akan sama dengan 5% of price. Kalau label dia P, tax dia akan sama dengan 10% of price. Step 5, kita akan calculate price after tax, iaitu price daripada input kita tambah dalam kurungan price daripada input darab tax daripada label ni. Step ke-6, kita akan calculate price after GST, iaitu sama dengan price tambah price darab 0.06 sebab GST dia 6%. Step ke-7, calculate price difference sama dengan price after GST daripada step 6 tolak price after tax daripada step 5. Step 8 pula output dia akan display item code, item label, price after tax, price after GST and price difference. Step ke-9, kalau if counter does not equal to 3, repeat to step 2. Sekarang dia akan repeat lah. Dia akan repeat untuk 3 kali minimum. 3 kali maksimum. Itu saja. Saya akan pass kepada Amirul.
Okay, thank you Adam for your explanation. Now I will continue with the procedure code. First thing first, you must start with start input the item code, item label, and price. Set the counter to 0 and set the counter equal to counter plus 1. If the label is set, the text will be equal to 0% of price. If the label is equal to S, the taxes will be equal to 5% of the price. If the label is P, the taxes will be equal to 10% of the price. So that you need to calculate the price of taxes that is equal to price plus tax. Atau we need to calculate the price after the GST that is equal to price plus price multiplied by 0.06. After that, we need to calculate the price difference that is equal to price after GST minus the price after taxes, these two. After that, we will display the item code, item label, price, and price after tax, and price after GST. If the counter is not equal to 3, this is any error, or 2, it's actually 3, we will repeat to start again. And that's it. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum. So now I'll be talking about how to create the flowchart for the following question. So as you can see from the flowchart here, we have decided to use nested if. The reason why is because, as you can see from the question, it has multiple options. You must select multiple options, which is Z, S, and P. So by using nested if, it will make the operation easier. So from the flowchart, we can see that there is a loop and a counter which equates to 3. This is because in the questions that it includes selection, and it also can loop for at least 3 inputs. So that is why. Now, by looking at label Z, we have decided to put only price. This is because label C doesn't have any form of tax, whereas label S, it will deduct 6% of GST and tax price 5%. Whereas label P, it will also deduct 7% GST and tax price of 10%, equals to 0.1. And you can see here put wrong label. So if we put a label that is not Z, S, or P, it will automatically loop back to get label, or maybe get item code. So now let's test the flowchart to see if it works. So first it will get the item code of any item. We'll just put any number, and then first we'll try label Z. We will use 100 ringgit as an example for the price, and then we'll try label S next, and we'll also put the value to 100. Then the last label P, and we'll also put the price 100 just for an example. And there we go, we have completed the three loop. So as you can see here, 100 is the price of Z because it doesn't calculate any form of taxes. And then on label S, it deducts 6% of GST, which makes the final price 106. And then with the tax price, which is the tax price 105. And then we'll get the price difference equates to 1. Now then for label P, for the first GST price will be 106, and then with the tax price it equates to 10%, which we will get then 110, and for the price difference -4. Now we will try if we put the wrong label, what will happen. So we'll put any label, and we'll put any label which is not Z, S, or P. As you can see, automatically it brings back to label, to choose label, because it's not part of the option, part of the selection. now we'll be talking about the conclusion of the whole project. The conclusion is the proposed system will streamline price calculations post GST implementation, ensuring accuracy and efficiency in determining updated prices for goods and services based on their respective tax rates. That is all from me. Thank you.